Hey friends, Amber from Into the Weeds podcast has gotten another update from Kendra Hicks, the Greene County supervisor who was in charge of the FOIA requests that she had put in for Nick GODEJOHN. Kendra has confirmed that nothing can be released until July 15th. Everything is on hold until then, and also that she will be refunding Amber in the meantime. Now, I personally don't know what is going on with Nick GODEJOHN's appeal. Whenever I posted the video that I did about it yesterday on TikTok, several people from MPG Cornerstone came into my comments and said that this is something that they have been talking about for months and working on. Now, they are mainly on TikTok from what I understand, and I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok. I actually just started posting on there a little bit for the first time in months, so I haven't seen any of that. I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't know what's going to come of it, but we'll all just have to wait and see. Personally, I am not going to mention Nick or anything about him in videos other than these updates about the FOIAs until the appeal or whatever is going on is completed. Because if there is a chance that talking about it can be a problem in any way, then I'm just not going to do that. Like I said, other than these updates on what's going on with the FOIAs. Like I said earlier in the video, you can see on the screen here that Kendra confirmed that Amber was being refunded for the deposit and whatever she had paid down on this particular FOIA. So the money will be back to Amber for whenever she's able to refile this, assuming that that happens, because we don't know what's going to happen. I'm not someone who has studied the legal system or been involved with it or anything like that, so I don't really know much about how these things go. It was my understanding that an appeal wasn't an option anymore, but something is in place, something is in process, and we'll just have to wait and see what it is. So it's going to be very, very interesting, and I'm curious what y'all think is going to go on here from this. Now, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you will probably already know that I have not been a supporter of the efforts for Nick GODEJOHN. That doesn't mean that I think they're wrong or bad or shouldn't be done. I just personally don't feel the desire to work and put my energy towards that. Nick came to my home state and brutally stabbed someone after Gypsy Rose manipulated him for years. And I understand completely that he was on the spectrum to the point of getting a permanent disability check. And that is definitely a mitigating circumstance that should have been looked at. But it's my opinion that him and Gypsy should have gotten the same sentence, whatever it be. And I am out. Gypsy is out. And while I wouldn't personally feel safe with Nick walking the streets, I don't think that his life sentence in prison with his real mitigating circumstances of actual disabling autism should not be considered whenever Gypsy's very, very shaky foundation based on theories and memories only mitigating circumstances were taken so wholly to where she is actually out walking free, y'all. She's not even on parole anymore. As y'all might remember, I didn't really participate at all in the clemency letters, but I never had a negative word to say about it. So I just support everyone doing what they think is right. We don't have to disagree on everything. That's something that me and my creator friends when we do lives together, try to make clear on. We don't agree on all the points of this case or life or the universe and everything. But it's okay. We can agree to disagree. We don't all have to think the same thing. That's really important to display in the world, especially today, because it seems like nobody can get along. As I mentioned earlier, I haven't been on TikTok in ages because I feel like whenever I open that app, And maybe I haven't been on TikTok enough for the algorithm to figure out what I actually want to see, but I feel like whenever I open that app and start scrolling, all I see is people screaming, "You better agree with me or else," about the most random, usually inconsequential things. I'm not even talking about politics. But like I said, that might just be lack of actually using it enough for it to figure out the types of things I like to see. Because one thing I do not want to see is someone screaming at me on my phone. I don't, there might be videos that have good, pertinent information, but if the presenter is going to scream at me, I'm just not going to listen to it. Absolutely not. Like, not at my big age. I'm an elder millennial, one of the very first year millennials, so I ain't gonna sit around and be screamed at through my phone by people I don't know. There are a few channels that do it on YouTube too, but hey, I just block them quick. And like I said, I haven't been on TikTok enough to get the algorithm figured out. But I will try and stop rambling, y'all. Like I said, I won't be mentioning Nick in videos, other than the most basic of updates here about what's going on with the FOIAs. And I do have a new video coming out. I'm doing, as they say, an iceberg. That is like a deep dive video where you go way beneath the surface with the details. And I have part one finished, but it is taking forever to export out of my software. Oh my God, last time I looked at it, the estimated time was something like 4 hours. So it might be up tonight, might be in the morning, y'all, but it is coming. It's an iceberg deep dive on Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and this is part one. Part one is 20 minutes long, and we cover Gypsy Rose's basic detailed information from what we know from publicly available documents from birth through Hurricane Katrina. So be on the lookout for it, y'all. I think you'll really enjoy it. And then I will be working on part two. Have a good day, y'all.
Dining plan, which is unlimited food. Okay. A human being cannot eat this much food.
Too much food?
And we went eat at Chef Mickey's. I had way too much sugar. Whenever you go anywhere in Disney, they try to pump you with sugar. By the end of the night, it was closing time. I was so filled with sugar that I was dancing up and down Main Street.
Hey everybody, right now I'm in Cinderella's castle eating some royal mashed potatoes. Hello everybody, this is Gypsy Rose reporting from Aurora, Missouri. I am about to dive off our porch into the pile of snow. You ready?
This is a home video clip of Gypsy Rose Blanchard taken by her mother, Dee Dee. In this clip, Gypsy is seen struggling to move her legs while she is in the snow. In my opinion, it's obvious she knew that she could definitely walk.